Good evening. Welcome to the 1927 Club. I am joined tonight, as ever, by Mr. Rhys David Evans. Good evening, sir. How are we?
Absolutely buzzing. Top of the league. Took apart Bradford. Come on, just give us the title now,
Yes, well, still a long way to go, but yeah, that could be season-defining result today for me. I know, obviously, we still got plenty of time to go, and there'll be lots of ups and downs in the next, 19, 20... How many games we played now? 22, was that? 20? Is it 20 left, maybe? Something like that?
26 who played now. So, yeah, there's
20 left then. So, no doubt there'll still be plenty of ups and plenty of downs. But let's focus tonight on the positive result that we've gained on the road today against Bradford. I think... Before the game, I think we all, in previous pods that we've done over the last week, I think we would have taken a point. But to go there and play the way we did first half, outstanding, I think.
I said to you last week I wouldn't take a point. I said we should go and beat them. I did say this, we should go look and beat them. I said ask me 15 minutes into the game if I'd take a point. And 15 minutes into the game, we 1-0 up. So, no, I want to take a point. Yeah, I think it's... They're obviously going to be challenging for the top 2 and 8, let's be honest, for second spot with Lincoln. So it's good to put a marker down to build some points and space between us and the chasing pack now. And I think it's to send a message to the rest of the league as well. Like it's the same lineup for us, basically, we've had all season. We haven't strengthened yet, and we're still putting sides away like that. I mean, Bradford are a really good side, to be fair to them. Like, they've been spot on.
It showed, didn't it? I think the first 30 minutes, I thought we were outstanding. Our crisp passing was back. You know, we opened them up. Obviously, we scored the 2 goals. And you kind of knew then you was going to have a bit of an onslaught from Bradford, obviously with them being at home as well. Let's not forget how well they played at our place when they beat us 3-1. So we knew it was going to be a tough game. But to start the game the way we started, I think surprised me, I'll be completely honest. I know we can play like that. I wasn't expecting us to play like that today. So, yeah, it was brilliant. And I thought for the first half, especially, we were outstanding. And it was a different game then, second half. Like I said, I think you knew the onslaught was going to come from Bradford. But the way we defended and rubber the green a little bit, I think we had a penalty shout. I think they had another game they could have probably gone either way. But I think today we had the luck of the draw type of thing.
Yeah, I don't expect us to get any penalties, let's be honest, in this league. I mean, at one point, I think towards the end of the game, Keane Ashford went through and they play a high foot down the back of his leg, took him out. Red card for me, I'm not gonna lie. It's a red card. It's dangerous. And you know the refs got a bottle and give a yellow, and he did. So I don't expect any sort of support or help from the refs, I won't lie. But
that was a naughty challenge. It was dangerous, I know he was on the halfway line, but yeah, I'm with you. I had to give him a red card, cynical foul, and it was just, like you said.
This cynical, mind, don't get me wrong, it's cynical, but then it was a high foot and it's down the back of his leg as well. Like, that's dangerous, that was. I wasn't a fan of that. That was a naughty one, that was for me. That was a red. So I don't expect much, I won't say help for the refs, but them to get decisions right Cardiff's way. I mean, we rarely get it. But again, Bradford are a big side.
Go on.
No, I think Bradford big side, and the biggest thing as well is, you know, there's a couple of youngsters in that side. Some of these players have not played in a hostile environment like that. This is League One, and this is probably the biggest stadium they've gone to this year, with such a big atmosphere that's against them, and stand that test as well and come through with brilliant.
Yeah, can't fault their performance at all, and yeah, it was unbelievable. Just it was squeaky bum time, mind the last 20 minutes or so, but you take out all day. But yeah, happy day. So let's dive into it then. Any surprises in the team selection when you've seen that come out this morning? Yes, morning.
Yes and no. So I partly was a bit surprised to see Osho there, but when I thought about it, I know they play with a target man up top and 2 inside forwards close by to play on the win on the knockdowns and to win the second balls. I just thought 2 old school centre halves in Chambers and Osho, they're going to bully the forward, win the headers, just basically not make the 2 inside forwards ineffective. So I can see why he did that. Turnbull in the 10 was a bit We've not really, again, he's brilliant at Turnbull, to be fair to him, but we've not seen Turnbull do the job in the 10 for me. And I just thought maybe Will Lack would have gone in the 10 and he would have pace out wide and try and get in behind the defence. But Turnbull did a fantastic one. So other than that, there's no real surprise to me. I thought Neil Lawler on the bench, I think, was a bit of a surprise. I'm pretty sure he said in the week Lawler's struggled again. I think Chambers, he said, hadn't trained. But we've viewed this quite often. Players haven't trained, players have been rough this week, and they are playing. So,
yeah, I suppose the Dylan Lawler situation, given this January and the transfer window obviously is still open, it's just I hope I'm not reading too much into that, if I'm completely honest. But yes, he was on the bench last week and he wasn't starting because he was carrying an injury. So I don't know whether he's still nursing that. And obviously, there was a point in the game today with NG went off, didn't he? And Joel Caldwell went on a right back, which I think, listening to his press conference after or his interview on the side of the pitch, he said they'd been working on that in training this week, which I thought, given the circumstances, that was a lot to ask of Joel. Considering, we had Dylan Lawler on the bench, Will Fish on the bench. I don't know what you made of that.
Again, we know Fish can play right back if need to be. I think, I don't know if he's going for more energy because again, the first game against us, right, and it happened again in the second half, is they get the balls in beyond our full backs and they get the balls wide and they look to work it in then from out wide. And, they kept there that was the main channels of attack. So I think he went for more energy. I'm not saying Fish hasn't got that, but he's a lot more mobile than Fish is. So I can see why they went for Joel there. But it does not make me worry. But I think then we've got a midfielder, a number 8 basically playing right back because we've got no cover there because our right back is either sick or something. This is why we need another full back in now in January. And this is why I think a few fans are going, a keeper coming in. Come on, we need other cover now, so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes now with the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. We have heard a couple of rumours on the grapevine, but until they come across the line, we'll keep that to ourselves, type of thing. So yeah, you mentioned Osho there. I thought he was outstanding today, given all the criticism he's had, and. We didn't know you had to slate anybody, but, some of the performances he has put in haven't been good enough, and he'll probably be the first person to hold his hands up and say that. But full credit to him today, chucking his body in front of the ball. I thought he was outstanding today.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was brilliant. And to his defence a bit, right, let's be honest, everyone said, he played for Luton in the Premier League and stuff, and Luton probably had a very deep defensive line in the Premier League. So when he passes it back to the keeper's usually 2-3 yards away from him. At Cardiff, our back line is on the halfway line all the time, do you know what I mean? So when he's looking to pass it back to the keeper, he's got to put more power on it. So that was the issue back then. I think it takes a little while to grow into a team as well, especially to a new brand of football, because, he may be playing the same sort of Route 1 football in other clubs, and he's come to Cardiff now, and it's a total new way. You're no longer giving the ball away like that. You're looking to keep on the floor, springing about a bit, so it's understandable. It's a good problem to have when you got Lawler, Fish, Chambers, and Osho all performing. I mean, I think Lawler's still head and shoulders above the others. I think I want to see him back, but I think today was the right call to play them both together, him and Chambers. I think I thought
the partnership played, 100%. I thought Chambers again, captain fantastic, led by example, and again I thought the pair worked very well together today. I think, other than their goal, which I know you was a bit frustrated about, which again was very similar to the David Turnbull strike. I don't think Nathan Trott had much to do today, to be honest.
So I think to be fair, man, I think the defence, they got the ball a lot in the second half, and it was a lot of attack for them. And I think our defence handled it well, so they covered for Trott, if that makes sense. He didn't have to make that many saves because they were throwing the bodies on the line, which is what you want to see. I was disappointed with their goal, not because of how they scored, but it's the build-up play to it. So we've seen this so much this season. It's a set piece. They got a corner. There are 3 men on the edge of our box. The ball goes to one of them. We don't close them down. We don't think of closing them down. They get a shot off. It's a goal. They scored the same goal against us in the first leg. At the first back at home before Christmas. The exact same copy. And it's something we can see quite a bit of. They leave players on the edge of the box. We don't close down. Bang, it's a goal. it's just something we have to be wary of. I think we've spoken about it so many times this season.
Yeah. Let's have a little look. Yeah, let's go back to the starting lineup. Bear with me 2 seconds. What do you make of the partnership now between Robertson and Wintle in our midfield? First half, I thought they were outstanding.
They complement each other well. Like, Robertson always looks forward, plays between the lines. Wintle's like a McPhail in some regards. He drops into the back four, picks the ball up, turns, sprays it about, and gets things going. I think they complement each other very well because they're both quite energetic, mobile. They get around the pitch quite easy as well. I think if we did have I think if we had a Ruben or a Kellerman in that 10 again, I think it'd be. It's unfair to Turnbull, but I think they're a different kind of. They're a natural 10. I think they're a bit more flair to them. So I think if you had a proper 10 ahead of them, I think it'd be a bit more deadly, if that makes sense. I mean, it'd be a triangle 3 then of Wintle, Robertson, and a 10. But again, Turnbull's fantastic, so.
Yeah, he done a job today. Obviously, Ollie Tan have been out for 4 months or whatever, injury. Second game since he'd been back now, he started. What was your opinion on his performance today?
Again, looks like he's back to his best, to be fair. And he got the 2 assists as well, didn't he? And is it the second one? There was something we've talked about with Tanner. Is in this division, right? Most teams got massive centre halves, and we float slow balls in to Salek, and they put 2 men on him, and they win every header. The goal for Chambers today now, Tanner drills the ball in the box, and it's a deft little touch, and it goes in. This is what we've been crying out for. You put balls like that in the box, look what happens. And I just thought it's a smarter play for him, that is. So I was landed with that from Tanner. Finally, someone who's drilling balls in rather than slow floaters. But again, he looks like he's getting there. 60 minutes today for him. Again, it's going to take another 2 or 3 weeks, probably of 60 minutes here and there to get him up to 90 minutes. But that will come. And again, when you've got like some Isaac, Kean, Willock, all bang on the door to play as well, it's going to push them further.
Do you know what I think what's improved his game as well massively is his willingness to come back and help, like NG on the right-hand side. I thought he was, I think one of the things we did say about him previously was that, he doesn't track back and work hard enough, but I think he's added that element to his game now, and fair play to him. He's really backed his ideas up. I
think it also helps when you got like a target man in Salek as well, because you haven't got to aim the ball for him. You can put the ball ahead, 5 yards ahead of him, and he'll get on the end of things. So it gives you more options when you are looking to put the final ball in the final third. Also, you got a very mobile team now that I suppose on the attack, there's more freedom, so they move about a bit more. So there's always the pass on where before he was maybe on his own, looking to try and make something on his own with the ball. Now he's got options. I suppose that's massive as well for him, man. His confidence, I think.
Yeah. Substitutions all happen at the right time today, do you think?
You have to bring on energy, don't you? And especially second half. I think we started looking for the ball over the top at one point. Not disappointed with Isaac. I just was expecting him to use his pace a bit more. I just don't know if the defender that was on him was just as quick as him, but it never seemed like he Buster got to get beyond him or something. It was just. I don't kept the pace. And lucky not scored at the end as well. I think he kept back inside. And it looked like he tried to pass the ball around, take a shot, and they got back in time. But again, Isaac and Ashford both came on. I think they both added some energy, much needed as well. And it's a different outlet then, isn't it?
I just thought it was nice to see us. I know our backs were against the wall a second half, but it was nice to see that, the boys were up for the fight. They were up for the challenge. Many times, we haven't done that, and I think that mentality in the squad now to fight for absolutely everything is massive. And credit to every single one of them, from the starting 11 and to the ones that come off the bench. What was your opinion on Joel Colwell coming on at right back for Perry NG?
I said it earlier. We know we can do it. He's more energetic, more mobile, more versatile. I think he picked up a yellow card, didn't he? At that point, I was thinking, all right, they're going to target him now. They're going to try to exploit him when he's out of position. But I thought he stood his man up well a few times, and he got ahead of the ball. I think he struggled once or twice. But again, he's on right back. He's a midfielder, so you forgive things like that. And the biggest thing for me today was like last year. You see him dropping back 5 yards, another 5 yards, another fight last year after going 1-0 up, and they'd crumble. There'd be mistakes and a panic was set in. No one stayed. I think the panic set in. They just looked like, we clean the ball, we do it again. Get back in line, we go again. They were very organised. That's thanks to Chambers tonight, I think. What a difference he is compared to last season for me. I think I spent 80% of my time last year complaining about Chambers at the back. And this year, he's just a different person. And Landy's got his goal as well, today now.
Yeah. Right, let's dive into some of the comments before we go any further. Reese Latsky, evening, buddy. Evening, Matt and Reese. I haven't been nervous that much this season. More just enjoying the games, but I could barely watch the last 20 today. Huge 3 points.
Yeah, I felt sick for the last 20 minutes, honestly. Just seeing them have so much of the ball, it was sickening.
JT posted this earlier before we come on. Great win, but we need reinforcements now more than ever. Joel was our only covering midfield and full-back sub. So on that then, from today, is there still obviously the right back, left back situation now? Capaccio wasn't in the squad today. NG's done something to his ankle. I'm not sure if you listened to BBM little interview after the game, but he seemed to think that if he had to, he would have carried on NG, but it was more precautionary to do that than obviously keep him on there. But yeah, so what do you? Is it just that left back area? You think where else do you think we need to strengthen? Given today's performance, do you think against someone who is, in all due respect, Bradford will be up there if they continue playing like they did today, especially in that second half. I know I've got a bit of a brutal couple of weeks now with their fixtures, but yeah, what's your opinion?
I think we all know a full back is needed. Someone who can cover left back, right? And some of the best players can cover left back and right back. They can put a shift in for it. So if you can get cover, worst case scenario, where NG is out and Capaccio is out, you got cover there then, worst case. But we know we need a full back for a while now for cover for Megan. And we've spoken about this on the group chat, and we've said so many times, that bar lad from Leighton Orient, he plays across the front four. I mean, today now, how many balls over the top do you put in, right? And you're thinking, when Salah goes off, if you've got him there, he's run on the end of things. He's going to get one-on-ones. Put him wide or something as well, you can. And he's getting past full backs and putting balls in. I would love to see him in a Cardiff shirt. I think he looks fantastic. He's young. I think he's 20 and he Leighton Orient, I'm not sure what kind of fee they demand. But again, you buy him now for, say, 3-4 million. You sell him after a year for 15 million, some clubs. I mean, Finn Aziz, was it Plymouth? Went to Borough. I think so. Slamped done. Big money moves. That's a bust for me. And
I think that the Barlard situation, I think somebody said the other night, didn't he? He just signed a new 4-year contract or something, so that's probably going to cost us, I would imagine, isn't it? But
again,
definitely one to look at, isn't it?
Yeah, all that means is that he's got a new contract, so they have more power the clubs do. That doesn't mean we can't go in and go, here's 3.5 million, let's have him. That might be enough for them. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of those where I think you make the investment now while he's young. You give him the last 6 months of the season with us now, playing a promotion chasing team. He's a championship player. His value almost doubles that in our league end. I think he'd add something different to us. At 10, I still think we need a prop at 10. I know Ruben's out. We don't know how long he's going to be. It might be the end of January. We don't know how long Kellerman's out for. But then you also want competition in these places. So I think a loan maybe for that, a full back, and I say a prop, an old school number 9 with pace that can get in behind the defence for when Salah comes off. I think that's my 3 to go anyway. My 3 to sign, sorry.
Bradford had a lot of cynical fouls and a lot of flying elbows today. Let's talk about the one that I was screaming at the TV, and I know he was on the halfway line, but that could have ended Keane Ashford today. It was a red card in my opinion. I know there was people tracking back and things, but blatant, wasn't it? It was unbelievable.
Disgusting. I said it earlier. It's obviously cynical foul, right? So straight away, cynical foul. We've seen him rolls to him so many times last year, pulling the player back, gets yellow card. But he went to the back of him, and his high studs on the leg as well, and dragged him down. For me, it's a red all day. Again, it's a dreadful tackle, dreadful challenge, and thankfully Keane's okay as far as we know. But that was shocking. That was, and I expected the ref not to give the red. I thought he'd give a yellow just because it's the refs in this league. They bought a lot of big decisions, but thankfully we came out of it. Hopefully he's injury free, and we had 3 points. So we got away. I think we got away with it on the luck side of that one. Then.
Yeah, Bradford were a physical team, but some of the cheap shots today, the shoulders and elbows and stuff was, I know, and Bradford fans will be thinking about the ref because of the penalty decisions they had, and like I said, we should have had one for Joel Bagan, in my opinion, in the first half. But like you said, the consistency in the refereeing and the decisions made, we've said it all season, and it's not great. But I thought that particular, this taking one for the team and then clipping someone's ankles type of thing. Yeah. That challenge I thought was very, very poor and should be looked at, in my opinion. I think it was disgusting. But yeah, let's hope Cian Ashford is all good. Nothing's come out about that, so I think BBM went happy on the side. I think.
Nah, Sunday, Monday, I'll probably go back till he goes back in now and gets treatment and stuff. That's only probably find out now.
Going back to BBM putting Joel at right back almost bit us on the arse. Why do that with Fish and Lawler on the bench? Yeah, it was an interesting one, mate, wasn't it? Obviously, but they have worked on it in training in the week, apparently.
But then I just don't understand, if Lawler is not quite right, don't risk him. I don't get this, because he's warming up, he's doing the runs on the side of the pitch. If he's got aggravated or something, just let him stay home and rest. And when he's 100% back again, you can play him again. I don't understand that. But I think it was just a case of putting energy, like I said earlier, energy and mobility at right back just to cover the attacks coming on the flanks, like I think it was, rather than putting the centre half out. Was probably with Fish, like he's probably more of a proper old school centre half, and he's not going to have the legs to track the runner, or the pace, to track the runner, I should say.
Yeah. This is going back to Dylan Lawler. Keep him on the bench out of the public eye. Osho was superb today. That he was, Ryan. That he was. Here he is. Paul, good evening, my friend. Evening, lads. Chat. Great win. Gap opening in the table. Chambers man of the match. Osho did well today. I'm not his biggest fan, but if they play well, I will say so. Not afraid to be wrong. Fair play bet. I think we're all a bit like that sometimes. Mr. Dela Cruz, good evening, sir. How the devil are we? Their pitch looked horrible. Didn't really suit our style, which makes the win even better.
Yeah, their pitch was atrocious today. As a state in it, again, we're lucky though we are, because we've got a lot of money spent on, I don't know if you've seen it, full time, the lights come out and it does like a recovery thing for the grass. It's like grow lights, everything there. There's heated lamps. We got proper pitch care thing we have, and you can see it's money well spent. Their pitch was absolutely atrocious. That might bite them in the arse now, come out towards the end of the season. They might find playing at home now a nightmare for them. Our players might get stuck and fall or injure themselves.
Interesting comment there from Jonathan. Lots of pitches are horrible through the winter, but that pitch could have been left like that tactically to try and stop our passing game as well. It did look rough.
But then it also affects the home side as well, because they might want to get the ball down and play against us. Like, they know they can. So, and when you're playing like a bit of a counter-style football as well, you want to get the pitch right, you want to bounce the ball right. And I just think that's I think it's a pitch they can't afford to repair, and I think that will come back and bite them. But I like Bradford, I think, this year. I think they've been like they have. I had nothing against them. I hope they do well.
Suze, good evening. When you look back, every player fans have questioned BBN on have come good. Wintle, Willock, Chambers, Turnbull, and now Osho. The last three mentioned, the best players out there today. Can't argue with that at all, Suze.
Exactly. Well, to be fair, mind, Trott hasn't scored a goal yet, so...
He had a good assist last week, oh. NG, Wintdell, Chambers, Turnbull, and now Osho, all players a lot of fans wanted to bin. Some manager is BBM to turn that around. Not in the same room as Sue's, Jeff, you. Bradford had one shot on target.
That was a good thing to say, mind, actually, because when a lot of chances we give opposition teams, to see them limited to one shot on target, and that was their goal probably. So fair play to the boys. That was outstanding against a team that attacked that well as well.
Yeah. What did you think to Manningham Lane? Did you come to Bradford? Thanks for putting that comment in, Rob. No, I didn't travel today. Again, the amount of fans that we had travel away today was just nearly 2,100, I think. Yeah, the atmosphere looked amazing in the away end. Some of the videos that were sent in the WhatsApp group and stuff. So fair play to all them making that early journey this morning for the 12:30 kickoff. Probably some of them are still on the bus on the way home. But yeah, it looked amazing atmosphere in that away end. Someone did say there was trouble outside the ground. Was it after the game? I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything come of that. One of the boys put something in the WhatsApp group, so I'm not sure how true that is. But no doubt we'll find out later on. Graham, good evening, sir. How are we? The second half was a battle. Caldwell was a strange call by BBM.
I think it's probably just a case of he's played right back. Other clubs now, where Exeter was playing right back. I think for us in pre-season, and the Bullet was playing right back as well, only a few times. So I think it's a case of he's played there. He's more comfortable than others, but he's got the energy and mobility to do a job there for us as long as we got cover and support ahead of him, I think it was. And again,
you could see them target him though second half, couldn't you? And obviously he picked up that yellow card as well. And fair play to BBM then making that change in the last 5 minutes. Was it? I think Will Fish come on and kind of we had that extra defender at the back to perhaps take a little bit of pressure away from him. But take my hat off to Joel Caldwell. You know, he could have said no, I don't kind of want to play there, but I thought he'd done all right. We've seen worse people play there, but let's put it that way.
Yeah, to be fair, the last 10 minutes, again, they tagged him a few times. He stood his man up well. He didn't go diving in. And I think you could see they were looking for him. They were trying to get themselves ready to throw themselves on the floor. You could see once or twice. And he just stood them all up. And to be fair, they had the one side, they were at the other side then. To be fair, the last 10 minutes, he was brilliant. They all were, to be fair, though.
Lewis Watts travelled up today. He must have been driving in the car, I'm guessing, to get back. I was saying that. It was 12:30 kickoff, wasn't it? What am I on about?
Yeah. Just
got back. What a day. Massive win. I can tell I've had an hour before going to work tonight. Jonathan, I think they're talking about Wrexham. There's a couple of people talking in the chat about James McLean going back to Derry. But yeah, we won't worry too much about Wrexham. They did lose today, I think. Kapaka should be back on Monday. NG was a precaution. We are only looking at a left back in defence.
I think most left, again, we've seen NG play left back, Kapaka play left back. Then when you send a full back, you do look for someone who's a bit versatile who can play right back if needed. So it'll be someone who covers both sides, I think, to be fair. But we do need cover just to give Joel a Bagel a rest when needed. Because again, was it 38 games at one point back in December? We played that point. I think he's played the majority of them. He needs a rest if he can get one.
He's only 23 and he's 24. He can play every bloody minute of every game, man. No, I completely agree with you. But Rhys Lasky, not that I went, but it's a pretty cool old ground and also huge, well apart from the away stand. It's a new. For all their pressure, they only had the one shot on target, and credit to all our players for that stat. Yeah, that's massive, that is, I think, for me. Like I said, I think they had 12 shots, but only the one on target. But there was people, flying in, Osho making blocks and things. So I think that's something that we probably haven't done enough of up until this point of the season. But I think it showed today how much, fight and determination they wanted to get that 3 points today.
Yeah, and it's only bored the other lines one thing, especially later on in the game when you're probably tired, you're probably mentally exhausted as well. Osho hasn't completed 90 minutes. Last week I think he played 8 minutes, didn't he? But he hasn't. He's not played much football the last 2 weeks, so he's probably going to be mentally drained as well. So to continue to throw your body on the line, fantastic, to be fair. And again, I thought Chambers organised the defence brilliantly today. Nothing was getting past them, apart from that wonder strike, but nothing was getting past.
Yeah, on that, noticed that Wintle dropped into the ball on multiple occasions today between the two centre-halves when the opposition had the ball. Very clever, as it allowed our full-backs to get out wider to their wing-backs.
Again, he's come of age, mind himself. He's reading the game a lot better under BBM. I think a few of them are probably learning from him about how he wants them to play, and it's probably opening their minds more as well on the pitch now, thinking I can do this, this, and this now. But before I wouldn't have thought of this. So it's great to see things like that. I mean, he always drops deep as well.
He does a lot of the donkey work that probably goes unnoticed and probably not appreciated as much. But I think he's a workhorse there for us. Like I said, his reading of the game has improved massively for me, and I think he's putting shifts in, week out for us at the moment, isn't he? Yeah,
he's like a free roll of a 6. We'll see him go into the defence, pick the ball up, turn, and start the attacks for us. But then as soon as someone comes on the counter, he's there. He doesn't go too far forward. He stays above the halfway line, cleans up a lot of the loose balls, gets stuck in, and he organises the midfield ahead of him as well. And again, today now, dropping deeper, and when your full-backs go wider and further forward is brilliant, to be fair. And I think a lot of us thought his time had come to an end of the club, really, after last year. I mean, he couldn't get in the Millwall side. Come back now and have the season he's having. Just think, imagine if we had BBM a few years ago, where we could be as a club right now.
Yeah. We've just got to wait a little bit longer, mate. We'll get there. Exactly. Jonathan says, Ballard, Cleary and Tolage I like from League One. I thought that Cleary... Did you watch the Liverpool-Barnsley game tonight? I thought he was brilliant.
He was really good for that game. So I haven't seen much of him, but I've seen that game. The only thing is, for me, though, is when they play a team like that, everyone's performances go up slightly, don't you? I mean? And I don't know if he does that week in, week out. I don't know if he's that good for week in, week out, but a storming game against Liverpool, fair play. But Ballard, for me, Ballard's the one for me, I think. If you can get one player in this window now, again, you just say you spend 3-4 million now, you're bringing £15 million in now, maybe in 18 months.
I'd be surprised, but you never know. You never know. Reece Lasky said he joined late, so you probably already talked about it, but Turnbull finally scored a long-range boot deep. Been waiting a while, but hopefully more to come. Took the goal well, in fairness, didn't he?
Yeah, cut down his left and back into his right. Top corner then. I mean, it's all everyone spoke about since he's joined is he scores them kind of goals to Celtic. And we've all been waiting now for 2 years to see the goal like that. And finally we got one. And hopefully it's a start of something for him. Because he's got that shot in him. We've seen it quite often. The ball goes to him and he drills at the target and lucky not to score for now, really. So fantastic goal away from the keeper, top corner.
And again, he's upped his game, I think, the last few weeks as well. And again, there's a lot of rotation in the squad, and the manager likes to chop and change. But he's doing all right for me.
Yeah, I'm impressed, to be fair. Like another one who's probably disappointed us last season and has grown into it a lot this year.
This is the challenge that I think might have had BBM jumping on the touchline. There was a nasty one on Davis too, weren't there? Or am I mixing them up? Yeah, I think he had was it Baldwin? I think was the right back for Bradford. I think he gave him a bit of a shoulder. But that was a naughty one as well. But they were full of that today. But to be honest, I think they were trying to get in the heads of perhaps our youngsters, and it didn't work, unfortunately, for them.
That's the thing. I think a lot of teams have done that, haven't they? They've tried to bully and get in the minds of the youngsters, thinking, no, if I leave a foot in him saying, no, he's not going to get stuck in, he's going to panic, no, he's going to look to get the ball away. And to be fair, a lot of the youngsters, they just kept going. And I suppose as a defender, you're thinking, what more can I do at that point?
Yeah. JT says, Tan doesn't spend money, Jonathan. No choice of getting anything other than frees and loans.
I think he's just going to be smart. That's all. I mean, there's always players out there.
How much do they spend on that Everton keeper then?
And the scores fee, that is. But that's
I wouldn't imagine it would have been a lot because he's out of contract in the summer. I think he was, wasn't he?
So it'd probably be a case of whatever we got in for Alnwick, we use that on a replacement. But again, I think it's probably one of those times now where the club has to realise that BBM is probably the best thing that's happened to this club since Betty White was born, let's be honest. Because she was born before sliced bread. So BBM is the best thing to happen to us. And again, if he goes in and says, look, I need this player, and it'll take us this far, they've got to back him.
Yeah, 100%. Mark Cox is in the chat. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. JT says, nowhere near enough spending. Loans and frees only take you so far. If it's this season or next, we have to buy extra quality. Do we, though? Do we have to spend? What's your opinion?
But again, this is it, see, because you say you've got to spend, right? And I appreciate sometimes you do spend money, right? But then I'm not going to be now. Like, how much did Ballard cost Leighton Orient? I don't know, was it free from Southampton? Looks like he just... I think it was free. He had a contract until 2025. I don't know, I think it was maybe free or... It didn't cost much. I think you've got to have the right recruitment. If you've got the proper recruitment, you'll find players. And I think you haven't got to worry about spending 5 or 6 million here and there. You can do it on the cheap. However, it all depends on what BBM wants. He might see someone that might cost 4 million. And that might be the full season's transfer budget. And if that's the case, do you back him for that one player or do you then go get 3 or 4 for that money? It's up to him. I think a lot of managers these days are head coaches. You know, other people sign the players for them. They're going to work with what they got. I think we've got a manager, and he has to have final say of who comes in and who goes out. There's players out there. Let him decide what he needs and what's going to suit his style of play. Like, I would love us to sign a few players though.
Yeah. Excellent win. The referee are poor again today. Is that a surprise? Fair play though. Bradford, the best side we've played over 2 games. Again, can't disagree with that. Bradford will be up there or thereabouts when they come the end of the season. There's no doubt about that. Depending on how they get on over the next couple of weeks, because they have got a tricky fixture schedule coming up. Jonathan says, I don't like Tan and don't defend him, but he has put money in when needed. The only successful investment has been the academy, but Tan has spent. I think Yusuf Salih's money's been quite beneficial for us, haven't it, really, getting him in?
Exactly, and again, that's a massive... Every player you look at, that was an investment you could sell on in a few years' time. I think what he cost us, like 3 million, something like that it cost, or after so many goals and all this other stuff. Again, you could sell him for 15 to 20 million. That's a lot of money there, and that's how we got to look at recruitment now in future as young players. We're looking at now, Ballard cost under £1 million, it says. Less than £1 million he cost them. So there's players out there. You know, we paid 250,000 for a Tete. That one didn't work out. They paid £100 million for Ballard. That did work out. So I just think the recruitment has to be right. And if you get it right, you get players like Ballard rather than players like a Tete.
Fair play. Respect to obviously both sides. Terry Orthad was involved obviously with Bradford and Cardiff City, so nice to see the minute respect for Terry today. Terry Orthad, fair play. Jeff Dela Cruz says, did the away fans' buses stop at Clackheaton for drinks on the way up? I'm not sure if anybody's still sober enough to comment if they've travelled up today. I would imagine there's maybe a few in bed already by now, I would imagine. But it's a brutal day on the beer if you're up there and back on the bus in it today. Well,
it's brutal to go to Bradford anyway, let's be honest. It's not a trip. It's not a place you look forward to going. So to go up there, probably had a good few drinks just to forget about it. So let's be honest.
JT says, I predict Harry Tyra will start 3 games maximum. Can't get my head around signing him before a left back.
It's like I said the other night, it's one of those where if we never see him play for a league game for us, it means we've kept Trot, in my opinion. And that's the biggest thing for me, is keeping Trot. That's nothing against him. I understand why, because I think he said about Turner was struggling with illness or something, and he said, if anything happened to Trot, we'd have no keeper. And you always have 3 keepers in a side. You have your number 1, you're usually your older backup, and your youngster. It's usually 3. We've got 2 right now because we don't know what's happening to Hove. I think he's back in America, probably looking to leave. So I get why they brought him in. And maybe that's just... Maybe they've other players lined up ready and it's just waiting on the other clubs to release them to us, maybe.
Yeah, there's things in the pipework, guys. There's definitely things in the pipework. So fingers crossed, let's get it over the line this week and see where we can move on. Yeah, Nayakawa had an assist today, but I'm pretty sure he also gave a penalty away. I think Newport lost 3-2 in the end, I think. So not great.
Oh, do you see about the video they done, Newport, of him coming for his first day at the club? So it turns out they also revealed the next signing because he was right behind him in the car park. He was standing there, writing something. I think they announced him by accident because of it. But again, Newport, they've gone, let's be honest. 2-1 up at 90th minute, and then they end up losing 3-2. I mean, I think they're gone.
Yeah, it's not looking clever for him. I laughed at that video as well with Nayakawa, and as he was walking into the building, the guy was like, "Have you been here before?" And I'm thinking, well, you should know that, really. He's played for Wales in the 21s at your ground many a time. Come on, like, that's a bit of an insult to added insult to injury, that is, I think.
I think, well, let's be honest, Newport, I mean, you can see why they are where they are, let's be honest. They've been running into the ground the last few years. I mean, and now they got the Jack running them as well. He's doing everyone a favour and putting them out the Football League. There's only one club in Wales.
Jeff says, I would have put a cheeky small bid for Johnny Kenny of Celtic. He needs to get out of there. Can't say that's a name I'm familiar with. Jeff? Sue says, Mansfield looking like a dark horse to creep into the playoffs on a nice little run at the moment. And if I'm right, they started the season pretty well, Mansfield, as well, didn't they? They kind of died off a little bit. But, yeah, I think they've had a couple of big wins lately.
To be fair, mind you, I mean, look at the table here now, right? 39 points is 6th, that's in the playoffs. 29 points is the relegation zone. There's only 10 points difference. I mean, 3 games, that's a 3-game swing, really, and all of a sudden you're challenging right out of the playoffs. This league is absolutely crazy. I mean, what? Peter Bradley did 4 points in the playoffs. Where's that come from? I mean, I see it with Plymouth. Plymouth has only 6 points in the playoffs.
Luke Williams definitely learned something working in Bristol Airport, didn't he, in fairness?
Well, on Cardiff Crunchers. But again, he's done a fantastic job there, you have to be fair. And you look at some of these teams like Barnsley, they pick up 3 or 4 wins on a bounce. All of a sudden, you're in the playoffs. And the playoffs is a lottery. Form goes out the window. So I've not seen a league like this before. This is crazy. This is why the EFL is probably the best in the world for me. The Premier League is boring. This is where the real football is.
Yeah. How important do you think it is now? Obviously, no game Tuesday. Another week of rest then. Obviously, I know they'll still be training and things, but obviously it comes back to back with kind of Saturday, Tuesday again, then, we?
Yeah, so Stockport Saturday, then it's Barnsley home. I think it's a good way to get momentum in the legs, I think, at that point then. It's back Saturday, Tuesday. You're too busy. You don't have time to think about the next game, about where you are in the league and what other teams are doing, because you're just focusing now. I got a game today, rest tomorrow, game again, rest, game, rest. So you constantly think of the next game. So you haven't got time to stop and think about the pressures of promotion. So it's good for us. And the good thing is, with the status of these pitches as well, a lot of these teams have got games postponed. So some of these other teams are going to play Tuesday nights there as well. So when we do get rests in March and stuff, they'll have extra games added on. So that could be massive for us.
Yeah, definitely. Peterborough did lose, in fact, today to Plymouth, didn't they? I think Plymouth beat them 1-0. So I do like watching Pie Face's vlogs of his match days. I think he's funny, I do. But I look forward to watching that over the weekend. Lincoln play Burton on Thursday, as we know. If they've dropped points, so we will know, if they've dropped points before our early kick-off on Saturday. So, yes, happy days. We're going to start wrapping up now in the next minute or so. So if there's anything else anybody wants to ask or cover, chuck it in the chat. Keep tuned now over the next couple of weeks. Bossman give us a bit of a or dangle the carrot today, in the sense that there's a live event coming up very soon. No dates to confirm just as of yet, but it is in the pipelines and crossing the T's and dotting the I's at the moment. So, yeah, that's going to be announced over the next couple of weeks, I think. So Keep your eyes peeled for that. If you do want to become a member of Cardiff City World, you can do it by scanning the QR code in the top corner. That'll take you through to the Patreon. Or you can sign up via Cardiff City World YouTube channel for the price of a cup of coffee a month. You can obviously help us keep providing content 7 days a week. And yeah, it really helps. All your support is massively appreciated. But yeah, it'll be an interesting one, mate. He's not giving any clues away with this next live event, is he?
I don't know. All I know is he said there's something coming up soon. That's all I know. So who knows what's going to happen?
Yes, but it's a big one apparently, so we shall see.
Make sure you get your tickets and sign up early to get them.
And that's the benefit of becoming a member, is obviously you have early access to the tickets for the live events. I think the last few that we've, Sai have put on, and obviously the team have put on, have been really successful, and we've sold lots of tickets early doors, so it is a massive benefit to joining up and becoming a member.
Yeah, they're great, and the nights themselves are fantastic.
Partridge says we'll have a fixture problem in March, as we'll have 2 games postponed due to Wales games. Yeah, that's going to be inevitable, I think, with obviously the number of internationals we've got. So no doubt we'll have a couple of Tuesday night games as well. Jeff Dela Cruz is over for the Barnsley game, so let us know what time you're in Cardiff, buddy, and we'll try and catch up with you. Yeah,
we're there for that Barnsley game as well. I'm coming home. I think I'm leaving Turnbull about 5 o'clock after work, so I'll be up there.
You are. We'll finish up on this one. How many points do you think we will finish on? How many points do you think we will need to stay first? What was the record you wanted to beat?
I think it was 110 points there, didn't I?
I don't know.
I think they had 110 points. So I want to go 112. I want to set something no one can beat. I want to smash every team and win every single game left in the season. So 112 for me. Again, fuck it. 120. Let's go for it. 120. Let's go for it. Let's absolutely smash it.
How many games we got left?
20.
So that's 60 points. We couldn't get to 120 anyway, could we?
No. 115 we can get to.
There we go.
That's it. BBM out. 120 was the target. Again, if you get to 100 points, that's again first off 100 points is the target to me. After that, then every other point is a bonus. If we can get it past 110, what a record! That will make a statement, because Birmingham had to spend a lot of money to get that, and we've gone to this season going. We bought 2 players, the rest have been loans. So.
Arthur Busby in the chat, our Leeds supporter, joining us. Thank you, buddy. Only one Terry Orath. Gabby Orath was at Ellen Road today with her family.
I did see play.
I'm guessing Leeds had a good result today, because he said the Premier League is piss easy.
91st minute winner they had against Fulham
today, that's a great result, because Fulham have been on a bit of a. Fulham are doing all right, didn't they?
Yeah, to be fair, my Leeds were struggling at one point, and it looked like Fark was on his way out. To be fair, they've turned the corner, and they've been fantastic since. I watched the game before we played Wigan on the Sunday a couple of weeks ago, and they should have been they were just chance after chance. Fair play to them. They've built this side up. They went up, got relegated, kept 1 or 2 players, got up again, and they've been fantastic. Recruitment, that's all it is. All about recruitment.
Happy days. Right. Love you and leave you. I've got to go to work. Many thanks for everybody for tuning in and checking comments in the chat. Much appreciated. I hope everybody who travelled up to Bradford today, respect to every single one of you. Hope you all get home safe and well. But yeah, we shall see you very soon. No start.
Top of the league.
This channel is powered by an incredible membership community on Cardiff City World and patreon.com/AcePodcastNation. Becoming a member unlocks exclusive rewards, from early access to live event tickets, bonus content, and even the occasional inside transfer scoop when we get it. But more importantly, it allows us to bring you top quality Cardiff City content 7 days a week. Across those 7 days, we're talking match previews, exclusive interviews, instant match reactions, the Breakdown podcast, tactical deep dives, the Spotlight series, Bluebirds Rewind, Academy Focus, and just so much more. Led by myself, backed by an army of passionate Cardiff City fans, this is content created by fans for fans. Balanced, professional, and 100% all about the club we all love. If you enjoy what we do, then join the community today and support what we are doing as we help to keep Cardiff City World flying high.